Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're planning to live, work or settle in the UK, you'll want to stick around for today's video. We've got some major updates about ILR, citizenship and immigration policies that are shaking things up in November 2025. Whether you're a current applicant, considering applying, or just following the latest trends, these are the top 10 updates you need to know right now. So, grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's jump right into it. First off, we've seen a significant shift in language requirements. In November 2025, the UK government has raised the bar on what counts as acceptable proof of English proficiency for ILR and citizenship applications. The Home Office has moved to require higher scores for the Life in the UK test and for English language qualifications. This change is aimed at making sure applicants can integrate better into British society, but it also means that people who may have previously been eligible could find themselves needing to retake tests or take additional courses. It's a reminder that the language requirement is something you really can't afford to overlook if you're planning on staying in the UK long term. In another big development, the UK government is now enforcing stricter financial requirements for ILR applicants. This means you'll have to provide even more detailed evidence that you're financially stable and can support yourself without relying on public funds. It's not just about meeting income thresholds anymore. Applicants need to show a more comprehensive view of their finances, including savings, assets, and sometimes even detailed bank statements over several years. This is a huge shift for anyone applying for ILR, especially if you were under the assumption that your salary or income alone would be enough. If you haven't been keeping track of your financial records meticulously, now would be a good time to start. High-skilled workers, especially those in fields like healthcare, tech and engineering, are seeing some changes that could work in their favour. The UK government has announced an expansion of its priority skilled worker list, and it's opening up more opportunities for people in these sectors to apply for ILR earlier than before. If you're in one of these priority sectors and meet the other requirements, you may be able to apply for ILR after just 3 years of living and working in the UK, instead of the usual 5. This could be a game changer for those of you who've been waiting to make that step toward permanent residency. This one's interesting. Starting in November 2025, the UK is rolling out digital visas for certain categories of applicants. These digital visas will replace the traditional paper-based visa application process and streamline the overall immigration system. It's part of the UK's push to modernise immigration and make it easier for both the Home Office and applicants to track progress. While it's still early days, this could have a major impact on how visas, including ILR applications, are processed moving forward. It means faster, more efficient handling of your application, as well as improved access to your immigration history through a secure online platform. The EU settlement scheme, which has allowed European Union citizens to apply for ILR, is officially coming to an end this November. This means that if you're an EU national and you haven't yet applied for settled or pre-settled status, time is running out. The government has made it clear that after the scheme closes, EU nationals will have to apply through the same points-based immigration system that applies to non-EU nationals. So, if you know someone who hasn't sorted their status yet, they need to get on it. No more automatic rights to remain for EU citizens after this change. The points-based immigration system continues to evolve, and there have been some important updates in November 2025. First, the salary thresholds for skilled workers have been adjusted, and this could impact your eligibility if you're looking to transition from a temporary visa to ILR. The minimum salary required for skilled workers is now based on sector-specific guidelines, meaning that some industries will see higher salary thresholds than others. For example, workers in tech and healthcare may need to meet a higher salary to earn enough points, while those in sectors like hospitality or retail could find it more difficult to hit the required threshold. For international students looking to stay in the UK after graduation, there's good news. The UK government has introduced a new fast-track citizenship route for graduates from UK universities. If you've studied in the UK for at least 2 years and you've completed a degree level or higher, you could potentially apply for British citizenship after just 5 years rather than the usual 6 or 7. This is part of a broader effort to retain talented individuals who have studied in the UK and who may want to continue contributing to the economy. So, if you're thinking about your long-term future in the UK post-graduation, this could be a great way to fast-track your path to citizenship. There's also been a shake-up in the spouse visa route. In November 2025, the UK government introduced changes that could make it more difficult for non-UK nationals to qualify for spouse visas. The financial requirement for sponsoring a spouse has increased, and there's now a more rigorous assessment of the relationship, with a stronger focus on proving that the relationship is genuine and not for the sole purpose of immigration. This means that people applying for a spouse visa will need to provide more detailed evidence of their relationship, including a longer history of communication, trips taken together, and more. For anyone who's planning to bring a partner to the UK, it's important to understand these changes and make sure you meet all the new criteria. One of the less exciting updates, but definitely one you need to be aware of, is the growing wait times for ILR applications. The Home Office has been facing a backlog of applications, and processing times have now increased significantly. While the Home Office is working on clearing the backlog, applicants are being advised to expect delays of several months before receiving decisions on their ILR applications. This is something to plan for if you're thinking of applying soon, as you'll need to be patient. It also means that if you're in the UK on a temporary visa, you'll need to stay on top of your visa expiry dates and make sure you don't let your status lapse while waiting for your ILR application to be processed. Finally, we're seeing a change that will impact skilled workers who have dependents. Starting in November 2025, skilled workers who hold a Tier 2 or other skilled worker visa will be able to apply for ILR as a family unit after just 3 years, rather than the usual 5. This new rule is meant to streamline the process for families and make it easier for workers to bring their dependents into the country. If you're a skilled worker with dependents, this could be a big relief, as it allows you to apply for ILR together, rather than waiting for different timelines to align. So, there you have it, 10 major updates that could affect your ILR citizenship or immigration status in the UK. Whether you're a skilled worker, student, or family member hoping to join your loved ones, it's crucial to stay on top of these changes. The immigration landscape is constantly evolving, and it's important to know what's coming down the pipeline so you can plan accordingly. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more updates, and share this with anyone you know who might be impacted. Drop your thoughts or any questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think about these updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.